Hey guys, welcome to day 16 of Vlogmas. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing how I survived the holidays as a raw vegan fruitarian. So to start, my family doesn't celebrate Christmas. I am Jewish, as I mentioned before, but we do celebrate Thanksgiving, and I have been spending like 4.5 weeks here at my parents' house in New Jersey. So I'm really excited to share the things that helped me to get through this holiday time period, because I feel like it will help to prepare you for Christmas and New Year's if you're spending those with your family or with loved ones. So I'm just gonna dive right into it. I have my notes. So the first thing I did is that I made my holiday recipes. So I have my High Vibe Holidays ebook, which is in the video description, or you can go to bit.ly/highvibeholidays. And it has 18 fully raw vegan holiday recipes that I prepared and made before I came here, because I knew that I would want to have recipes in my toolkit that I could use, that I could make, that I could share with my family. So I made all of those recipes. I put them in an ebook so you guys could have them too. And it helped me a ton to have these recipes. There's 18 recipes in the ebook, and I made 6 of them while I was here. So I'm pretty happy about that. That's a third of the recipes. So it was definitely really helpful to have those recipes at the ready, and it was so great to share them with my family. They really enjoyed them. They were really impressed with the recipes. And while I was here, I made new recipes too. So I'll show you guys some photos of some recipes I've made actually over the past couple of days. So in addition to that, I've also tasted things. So I still identify as fully raw, but I did have some tastes of some other vegan goodies. I didn't eat every single vegan thing that came my way, only if it was something I hadn't had before or something I really wanted to try. I just felt like I wanted to test it out. I wanted to try it, and I was really glad that I did, because I spent 6 months being like really strict on fully raw, or not strict, but like not straying from being fully raw. And so it was nice to have these items just to see how my body reacted, to see how it tasted, to see if I enjoyed them. And it was actually really helpful for me, because I found that I wasn't like addicted to the cooked foods. I wasn't craving to have a ton more. I actually was like, I'd rather have my raw foods. And at least this way, I've tried these things, and I can tell you, like, if someone is vegan or they're interested in going vegan and they want to know about some products, for me, I just like to be able to recommend ones or just suggest which ones are better than others. So veganism is as important to me as raw veganism. So it was definitely a great little thing that helped me, and maybe I won't do that in the future, but for this time period, it felt fine. I definitely had higher fat items, so I really wanted to stock up on like my snacks and stuff, because I knew that my family would have things that might be enticing for me, and I wanted to be able to enjoy and celebrate and just have a good time while I was here. And so for me, I just stocked up. Like every single time I would go to a health food store or Whole Foods or anywhere that had like kale chips or raw vegan snacks, I would get those. And so I did have higher fat items while I was here, but it really helped me, especially because it was cold and I wasn't craving to have as much fruit. So it was nice to have something that I could like indulge in that wasn't cooked, if I didn't want to have something cooked and taste that. And this way I could celebrate and enjoy things with my family. The next thing is that I had an abundance of fruit, snacks, and water. So like I said, I definitely had my snacks ready, but I had, like, before my family and I would go out to restaurants, or I would have Thanksgiving meal with my family, like I always had my water and my fruit before I went to anything with my family, before I went out and had food around, before I would go out and be out of the house for hours. I would always have an abundance of water and fruit before I left, and while I was like out with me. So I would have it in the car with me. And this just really helped me to be prepared. I never felt like I was enticed by anything else because I had the foods that I wanted and that made me feel good. And just having that hydration and the water was really helpful for me. It just really helped to like fill me up and take care of like my thirst and my hunger, because oftentimes when we think we're hungry, we're actually thirsty. So I always quench my thirst first before I eat, and so that's why I always made sure that I had an abundance of water. I would carry around my gallon of water, which I have my video about. I drank a gallon of water a day, so I'll include that in the video description. So I would always have my water with me and an abundance of fruit and snacks, and also greens. Oftentimes I would have my bag of greens with me. So the fruit that's really easy to travel with are apples and mandarins. Those are the ones that I would just have a bag of those with me, at least one bag, sometimes two, with me no matter where I was going for the day. And then the last thing is that I was really flexible with my eating schedule. So in my What I Eat in a Day video, which I'll include in the video description, I do outline like my typical schedule with the times that I typically eat. But while I was here with my family, staying at my parents' house, I was a lot more flexible with the times that I was eating. Number one, because I'm sharing a kitchen with 2 other people, and also, I don't think I mentioned that this is my last full day in New Jersey. So this is kind of like a wrap up of everything that I did throughout my time here. I am leaving tomorrow. Anyway, I just wanted to be sure to mention that. So I've been sharing a kitchen with 2 other people, and this way I would just eat earlier so that I could get out of my parents' way. I could have my own space, I could prepare my foods, take my time. And by eating earlier, I just found that like when I was eating later and I was waiting until after my parents were in the kitchen, there would be a lot of different smells of the cooked foods that they were making, and it just was like affecting like my eating. It just didn't feel as good to eat after I was smelling those smells. Not that anything was like meat or dairy heavy, it just was like it didn't seem appetizing to me, and I just preferred to like eat by myself, eat alone, have the quiet, and just be with myself. And so I preferred to eat earlier, and usually if like we were going out and doing something like with my family, then this way I was full and I had the foods that I wanted before we went out anywhere. So I was really flexible with my schedule. And then sometimes at night, like if I was hungry, like last night I was just like so hungry, so I was eating a whole bunch of snacks later at night, like way later than I would usually eat. But I was totally flexible with that because I understand this is the holiday season and it's a very brief period of time, and so I was willing to switch things up and just be flexible for this time. So I hope this has been helpful for you guys. I'd love to know your comments and questions in the comments section down below, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.